Been asked to describe the YODA product. I guess I haven't really done that very well, so let me see how I can do that in as succinct a manner as possible. And the whole YODA process, your own digital assistant process, the process of taking and transforming a generic AI tool into your AI thinking partner, the partner that knows about you and what you're trying to accomplish, starts with step 0. And that's to set the foundation of how you want your AI tool to react, how you want it to think, what sort of behaviors you want it to exhibit. So we do that by loading in both the YODA book, which gives it the 5-step YODA process for how it's going to query and ask and engage with you to solve a problem. We also upload the Thinking Like a Data Scientist book. Yeah, you get 2 for the price of 1, which is a critical thinking methodology, an 8-step process for how you think about where and how you can apply data and analytics and AI to drive material, meaningful, responsible outcomes. And then we also upload it with something I think is very creative. It's 5 intelligence personalities or disciplines. We want the tool to, number 1, question like Socrates, to challenge my assumptions. Number 2, we want it to empathize like Jesus, to think more broadly about the impact we're having across all of our stakeholders. Number 3, we want it to think like Mr. Spock, to identify logic flaws and decision biases. Number 4, we want it to act like a steward of long-term care, like the UN sustainability goals. So it's got a long-term perspective, those what I used to call the second and third ripple effects. And number 5 kind of brings it all together. That is to reason like Aristotle, which is to say that if he can't get a evidence-based decision, don't give me anything. Yes, we actually tell the tool that if you don't have an evidence-based recommendation, don't hallucinate and make something up. Come back and say, I need more information. Hey, get Socrates involved here, and I'll help you. So that's step 1, and we activate that by putting an activation prompt into the project level. So all those, the YODA book, the Thinking Like a Data Scientist, the 5 disciplines, they all get put into the project file, and then we insert a activation prompt that tells the AI tool to resort to these 5 personalities when it's engaging, and to use the YODA book and the Thinking Like a Data Scientist book to make sure that I'm thinking critically about the problem I'm going after, and give me a process for engaging. That's just how we start. Right? We've not done anything yet. We just laid the foundation for what kind of behavior I want my AI tool to have. And then the YODA process, then what we do is within a chat, we pick a problem we're going to go after, a business initiative. Step 1 is to make sure we clearly understand the intent, the context, the objectives, what we're trying to accomplish, the benefits, all those sort of things. Right? We set a very firm confirmation of what it is we're trying to achieve, the problem we're trying to go after. Step 2 is we start bringing in knowledge, and I call this our contextual knowledge base. And that knowledge is going to have 2 components. Number 1 is outside, credible, peer-reviewed research on the problem we're going to go after. So from universities or think tanks, but this is information that's peer-reviewed, and we use that to set one of the legs of the contextual knowledge base around trusted knowledge. The second one is really key though, and that's that internal domain knowledge that organizations have. This is where, by the way, steps 1 and 2 of the Thinking Like a Data Scientist kick in. We use those first 2 steps and the templates that come with that to help go through a process of capturing the organization's unique tribal and domain knowledge. That domain knowledge is everything. What we capture as far as the trusted research is great. It gives you that solid, credible foundation, right? No random kind of thinking here, very credible. But without that domain knowledge, we don't have anything that's unique to us. And that domain knowledge, buried, by the way, in the front lines of your organization, the front lines of customer engagement and operational execution, is the knowledge you want to start pulling out and feeding into YODA. Ties right back to Thinking Like a Data Scientist. Step 3 is where we activate the 5 personalities, and we just talked about Socrates, Jesus, Mr. Spock, the UN steward, and Aristotle. They're already in there. Step 5 just basically makes sure that we've activated them and they're engaged and they're going to help us on this journey. Now, step 4 is my favorite one. Step 4 is where we're going to basically leverage world experts on the domain we're going to go after. So we're going to bring together 4 or 5 experts in our particular space, and we're going to pit them against each other to contemplate and brainstorm a problem. For example, let's say you're trying to resolve a product design problem, that you're trying to bring in some expertise, some experience, and so you want to create working panel that includes Steve Jobs, from Apple, Johnny Ive, who designed the iPhone, David Kelly, who is the founder of IDEO, and maybe Leonardo da Vinci, a very creative person, right? And you turn them loose on product design and you pose questions to them to help you refine the problem you're going after, to get their expertise to help you as a user, think more critically, more broadly, more creatively about the problem you're trying to solve. And number 5 brings it all together. We start to synthesize, we ask for recommendations, we walk through different scenarios, we test different things, we do a lot of what if this happens, right? It's also, by the way, a bonus chapter 12 in the book, you learn how to vibe code. We do lots of vibe coding of these different environments because the one thing that AI is really good at doing is helping to make transparent the trade-offs we have to make in order to make a decision. And the vibe-coded AI solutions can help us visualize, if I do more of this, what happens? If I do less of this, what happens? It helps me to understand that trade-off. So that's a really long video. It's over 6 minutes. I apologize. But that's what YODA does for you. That's the process you have to go to set the behavior of the tool, how it's going to engage with you as a partner that thinks with you, not for you. And then how do you to build the contextual knowledge base around the problem you're trying to solve? How do you leverage experts in that space to help you come up with more creative, more resilient, more sustainable solutions? Anyway, hope you find it valuable. And oh, by the way, I hope you join us on this journey. I will post a link for how you can join this group, and we'd love to have you. Lots of ideas being shared. So anyway, cheers, and I hope you can become a YODAite with us.